Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rowan University Athletics coverage of women's volleyball as the Rowan Profs will take on the Ramapo Roadrunners in an in-conference matchup here tonight. I'm Jake Clark on the call with Luke Brown. And Luke, both of these teams only have a handful of conference games played. Certainly important to try and get each and every conference win in a very tough NJAC.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're talking about two NJAC teams that are not only trying to compete for wins against each other in the conference, but a Ramapo squad that has come out firing this season. They're 10-3 overall, 7-0 at home. They have struggled somewhat on the road, 1-3, and obviously on the road in Glassboro here today, Jake.
Yes, certainly going to be interesting to see. The Profs in their last match here at SB Gymnasium picked up a big win against Immaculata 3-1. They're looking to keep the good times rolling on a two-match win streak, entering tonight 3-0 record at home for the Profs. On the other side of things, for Ramapo, they're 2-0 in conference play, 1-3 on the road, but they're on a three-match win streak and have won 4 out of their last 5. So two teams that are red hot coming here to play in Glassboro.
Yeah, 3 wins against really good squads, really quality games that they had. They were all 3-0 shutouts against the City College of New York, Old Westbury, and NJCU. And as for the Rowan Profs, they come into this game with a win as well. They beat Immaculata. That was a really strong win here at home in 4 sets.
Yeah, big 3-1 win there for the Profs. 10-4 on the year. They went 16-14 a season ago. For Ramapo, 10-3, and a team that really struggled last year. They've turned things around. It's been an impressive turnaround for the Roadrunners. They went 4-17 last season, 10-3 this year. As the Rowan Profs going to be looking to work through Jenna Call here tonight, the outside hitter, the senior from Metuchen, New Jersey, 99 kills on the season. So 1 away from 100 for her in her senior campaign, but 4 away from a career milestone, 4 away from quadruple digits in 1,000.
Yeah, and absolutely, you know, we've talked about this kind of all season, the milestone that she's going to be leading up to here. It certainly has been the elephant in the room, and I'm sure today she's looking forward to, you know, hopefully eclipsing that mark. She's only got 4 to do it.
Absolutely, and on the other side of things for Ramapo, Asia Akar, the freshman from Lyndhurst, New Jersey, is somebody that has been really tearing it up for them. 174 kills for her on the year. Has recorded 10-plus kills in 9 of 13 games played this season. Somebody the Profs are going to have to try and key in on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a Ramapo player certainly of impact coming in her freshman year. She reminds me a lot of Jessica Smart on the Rowan end, the way that she's come into this program, certainly been a leader on the floor, a 1,000-point club player in high school. Certainly looking forward to seeing how the Profs can handle her today.
Certainly so. We're going to take a quick step off the air. We'll be right back here on Rowan Athletics.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
In one word, if I had to describe Trifecta Therapeutics,
if I had to describe Trifecta in one word, it would be empower. The purpose of Trifecta Therapeutics would be to empower the athletic community.
I just really like the population of having active individuals and people who really want to get back, doing whatever they could to get back and want to be part of that process.
We want them to feel like this is an environment where they belong and where they're going to get the best possible care.
This is a professional environment. They're all working with their doctor of physical therapy, but I want them to be comfortable and fun.
Not only do we want to rehab you from your injuries, we want to get you to an optimal place as an athlete.
My clients are also they're active, they're hungry, they all want to get back to something.
They're focused and they're dedicated.
that's a perfect combination. You really want to be challenged and get to your goals faster. That's why I would say come here.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Welcome back here to Rowan Athletics coverage of women's volleyball between the Rowan Profs and the Ramapo Roadrunners. An NJAC matchup that certainly has the makings of a good one. Both teams coming in with 10 wins on the year. If you're just tuning in with us, I'm Jake Clark alongside Luke Brown. And this is a must-win match here for both of these teams in a very tough New Jersey Athletic Conference. Both teams with 10 wins. Again, Rowan 10-4 on the year, Ramapo 10-3. Ramapo with an unbeaten 2-0 record in the NJAC, Rowan 1-0 in conference play to this point. And both of these teams coming in red hot, as we mentioned earlier. Ramapo winners of 4 of their last 5, Rowan winners of 3 of their last 5. Ramapo's won 3 straight, Rowan 2 straight. And somebody's win streak is going to have to give here tonight.
Yes, it absolutely is, and this is not a game that Rowan wants to lose. As you alluded to, Jake, you're coming in a busy week that they've already kind of handled business against Immaculata. They dropped a third set that they didn't necessarily want to drop. They got it right back, and actually the most dominant set that Rowan had against Immaculata was the 4th set. Coming off of that loss, they knew that they had to handle some business in that 4th set, and they did just that. They also know that they've got 2 more out-of-conference games coming up on Saturday against DeSalis and against Brooklyn. They know that this NJAC standings table is going to be tough throughout the entire season. Ramapo, based off the way that they have played this season, is going to be a threat all year to NJAC standings, and NJCU is certainly there right as well. They want to get this conference win really, really bad coming into this one. I'm very interested. Frankly, I think this is going to come down to the wire, Jake.
I certainly would agree. Looks like it's going to be a great match here for the Profs. 6 starters: Ava Best, Gabriella Cooper, Raven Albrecht, Abby Chadwick, Jenna Call, and Kira Bradley, who has the serve here for the Profs.
Bradley was unavailable on Tuesday night. She said she'd be back tonight, and here she is.
So Bradley sends it into play, and we are underway here from SB Gymnasium. Rowan just going to send a free ball over to begin. That one close to the line, just over. And the night will start in favor of Ramapo, awarded the first point here early.
And what stood out to me there, I think Emma Garcia was the one who actually made the bump set. She went super high on that, which stood out to me. It almost clipped the ceiling.
Got whistles, and it looks like Ramapo awarded another point. So a quick 2-0 advantage here for the Roadrunners.
It must have been illegal formation on the defending side for Rowan.
To send it in is Katie Bishop. Nice dig there by the Profs. This one set up to the outside. Great work in front there by the Profs. Ava Best and Jenna Call in on the block.
Yeah, those middle blockers and outside hitters have been so good this season, and they show it off once again. And Best has been the best blocker on the team this year.
Guess you could say no pun intended. Best has been the best, as that one's mishandled by Ramapo. All knotted up at 2 here in this first set. It'll be Abby Chadwick on the serve, the junior from Brentwood, Tennessee, who serves this one in. Dig made out there by Emma Garcia. Hutchinson's there, plays it well for Rowan. They get it to Call. That one a little bit too strong over the back line. And it'll be a point for Ramapo.
And Jenna struggled with that in the third set, the one that the Profs lost against Immaculata. She was on that near side, and she was just putting a little bit too much power on, but she'll regain her focus.
Serve in by Ramapo. Nice dig by Hutchinson, but nobody's home there for the Profs. And a service ace for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, that's Hutchinson's effort on display once again, but as you mentioned, nobody's there to get it.
The serve comes in from a car. This one sent over by Cordry. Rowan tries to get a touch. That one goes flying towards the benches, and Ramapo going on a nice three-point swing here, 5-2 in favor of the Roadrunners.
Last play, nobody was there to help Hutchinson. This play, Hutchinson mishits it, but Best is able to save the play. Obviously, the Profs can't convert that into a point.
Cordry is there on the dig. This one set up to the outside. Best with the kill attempt, but well played by Ramapo. Cordry digs it out yet again. Call sends over a free ball, and it's over the line. And the Roadrunners are red hot here, as we've got whistles and now a timeout called by the Profs, looking to try and steal some momentum and stop the run of the Roadrunners.
Yeah, Ramapo's got a little bit of momentum here. I mean, I'm not a volleyball coach, so I don't know, the first thing about when to call timeouts. Maybe a little bit early to call a timeout, though. It's only 6-2. Profs, they just got to regain their focus a little bit. Their big thing this season, handling adversity and making sure they kind of stay committed to the chase is their motto. They want to work through these type of things. So Dina Jesperson would just like a word, but they're only down 4 here in this first set. I mean, very, very early, very minuscule points. They can't let it get out of hand, but in the grand scheme of things, this is not a big deal.
And on the other side of things, head coach Tyler Quinta of Ramapo has to be happy with the way his team has performed here today. But the early timeout might just be a little bit of nerves. Again, this is a very important conference matchup here for the Profs and the Roadrunners. Rowan doesn't want to let this match slip away, especially here at home, where the Profs boast an undefeated 3-0 record here at SB Gymnasium.
And it's been a weird year in terms of scheduling for these squads. 15 days before they got a home match, and it was 17 days from that last home match to Tuesday.
A car on the serve yet again, and another ace there. Asia Akar, the freshman, the highlight player for Ramapo, coming through here with a service ace. Akar, as we mentioned, 174 kills entering the match today, 125 digs as a freshman. She's back to serve yet again. That one too strong, and the Profs get a break there as they find themselves back on the board and are awarded the serve.
You could kind of feel the excitement for the Profs there. Hutchinson came over really excited to just get a point. They want to be able to control their own destiny, and here's Jenna Call on the serve.
Jenna Call, one of the senior leaders for Rowan, serve a little bit offline, and Ramapo wins it right back. Call will sub off for the Profs. Alyssa Edmond on the serve here for Ramapo. That one just barely getting over the net. Nice dig from Cordry. And a free ball sent over there by the Roadrunners. Rowan getting set, and there's Jessica Smart with her first kill of the night. A big one there for Rowan.
You knew that was coming. As soon as Albrecht was able to get a clean hand on it, sent it over, she could have used both sides. She had Best to her right, she had Smart to her left, and there's just no way Smart's not putting that ball away.
Hutchinson on the serve there for the Profs. Ramapo tries to get it outside, and they do successfully. There on the kill for the Roadrunners, Valentina Palin. And this is a Ramapo team that's very, very young here, Luke. A lot of freshmen and sophomores seeing a lot of time. By the looks of it, only one senior on the roster.
Yeah, it's very, very similar to Rowan, who have 2 seniors on the roster.
Serve sent over by Ramapo. The set And the soft touch there from Smart. They go back to Palin, and she converts a pair of kills on the outside for Valentina Palin. Has over 100 as a freshman on the outside, picks up 2 more here early in this one. Jasmine Roll on the serve. Cordry's there for the dig. They set it up for Smart. Too strong, but it stays in off the deflection, they'll say. So Rowan is awarded the point thanks to Jessica Smart.
Yeah, take another look at this. See the deflection. Yeah, it just went off of that middle blocker's hands. That is about as close as you're going to get, and it just swings Rowan's way.
Serve was sent in by Albrecht, and there's Smart yet again. Jessica Smart controlling things offensively for Rowan, yet another kill.
Yeah, Ramapo's going to find out really, really quickly that you cannot tee up Jessica Smart like that. I mean, that just, you can't do it. She's going to put that ball away every single time.
This one served up. Smart was there, but mishandled by the Roadrunners, and Rowan going on a run of their own here. Only down by 3 now here in this first set.
See how close they can make it. Albrecht had, I think, 5 or 6 in a row against Immaculata in one of her services. Leads the team in service aces.
And the profs are able to strike there. Was Abby Chadwick with the quick deflection. Whistles in a timeout now for Ramapo as the tide has certainly turned. It seems like a good timeout there from Rowan's head coach, Dina Jesperson. Had to calm the nerves of some of her players, and it certainly paid off as the profs are back within striking distance, only down by 2.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is what they're able to do. I mean, we see this time and time again. They're able to handle these early deficits, come back, climb back in these games. But I certainly look at Jessica Smart and the kind of the energy that she brings to those post-point huddles. Like every time she gets a point specifically, she's coming in there. They just want to keep this going as soon as possible. And as we had just talked about, Raven Albrecht, when she's at the service, good things have seemed to happen with Rowan. She leads the team in service aces. She just is able to kind of ignite these runs. And Dina Jesperson describes her as thoughtful. She puts a lot of thought and care into what she's doing, and that certainly is no different on these services to figure out where she wants to go in terms of putting the ball on the other side of the net.
Albrecht, not only a great player on the serve, had 36 assists in the last game against Immaculata, where the profs were able to win 3-1. Mishandled there by Rowan, and Ramapo gets a point and gets the serve back. Valentina Palin, the freshman from Wayne, New Jersey, on the serve. This one's set up. They try to get it to Bradley, and Rowan will reset. Now to the outside for Chadwick, and she's able to record a kill. Abby Chadwick there on the outside. Spikes that one right around the net, and Rowan gets the serve right back.
This one got a little bit of a reaction from the crowd as it was sent up into the crowd, but a really nice job on that near side by Abby Chadwick.
It's Gabriella Cooper on the serve, one of the starters here in this first set for Rowan. They get it up to the outside. They're looking for a car. Well played by Rowan up by the net. That one manages to sneak in between the lines from Jenna Call.
And she's got one now. Like it's taken 21 points now for her to get a kill. She gets a kill there, and now it's starting. She only needs 3 more to reach that 1,000 career milestone.
A season milestone for Call. That was number 100 in the kill department as Ramapo fires back with a kill of their own, regaining the serve and now leading by 2. But for Jenna Call, now 3 away from 1,000 in her career, picked up kill number 100 just a couple of moments ago. Polkowski on the serve for Ramapo. Albrecht bumps this one up. Call, too strong, goes over the back line. And Ramapo now leads by 3.
And if I'm Rowan and you're looking at Raven Albrecht's sets. Call seems to struggle at times on that near side, putting balls too long.
They get it up to Bradley. Well played there. Great effort from that Ramapo front line on the block. Looked like it was Jalen Lacey, the middle blocker from New York, to get a hand on that one. They get it up to Call. Call with a soft touch. Well played by Ramapo. They've got to get this one up and over. Rowan's got a good shot here. They set this one up for Chadwick. It's deflected. And Ramapo will reset. Hutchinson digs it out. And they get it up to Call. A great back and forth here so far. Albrecht to Hutchinson, bumps it up for Chadwick, and Chadwick converts. A big back and forth, ends with the Profs coming away with the point, and now they trail by 3.
Yeah, Chadwick obviously was the clincher there, but I want to highlight Gabriella Cooper. She was in the right spot, not once but twice on that point to keep it going back and forth. If she's not in the right spots making the right plays, then Rowan never gets that point in the first place.
Kira Bradley now on the serve here for the Profs and delivers an ace there for Rowan.
Jake, this almost feels like a race to 25. Like, these teams are racing back and forth. Ramapo just has that slight edge. Rowan can't let them get away. I mean, 2 points here, back-to-back points would be crucial.
Bradley serves it up again. They get that one up for Lacey. Well played by Rowan. Cooper with the bump. They get it to Call. And there's number 2 of the night for Jenna Call.
You can feel it in this gym that she's getting close.
Rowan now trails by just 1. Bradley with another serve. Dug out there by Palin. They get it up for a Carr. Nice block up front there by Chadwick. And we're all knotted up at 14.
That's about the cleanest block you're going to find in volleyball. I mean, Chadwick by herself is just in the perfect spot to block that away. And it just, we're tied for the first time since 0-0, and it really feels like Rowan is back on track.
Bradley at the serve yet again. And another ace there for Kira Bradley. And the Profs now have the lead. 15-14 here in a pivotal set number 1.
This is some really impressive stuff from Bradley. That's her second service ace, or serve ace of this service.
She'll serve it up once again. Rowan doing a lot of good things so far with Bradley, but this time Ramapo gets the point back and ties it at 15. Bradley will check out for the Profs, but a good play here by Ramapo.
Yeah, you got to be really proud of what Bradley was just able to accomplish, get Rowan right back on track. They just got to stay there.
Dug out by Chadwick. Call bumps it up. Rowan will just send it over. A good opportunity now for Ramapo. They get that one up to roll. Now over to Chadwick on the outside. Dug out. Can Ramapo get it over? Yes, they can. And Rowan will reset. Back to Chadwick. And this time she converts. Abby Chadwick having a great first set on the outside gives the Profs the lead by 1.
Yeah, what a job that Chadwick has done. I mean, many times on that far side now, she's just put them away. And now here she is on the service.
Chadwick serves it into play. That one almost going off the ceiling. They'll get it to roll. Hutchinson was able to dig it out for a moment, but a little bit too strong. Goes off the net. And now we're all knotted up at 16. Chadwick will come out. Hutton Cordry will come in. And it'll be Asia Akar on the service. Cordry digs it out. Albrecht is there. Call almost with another kill. Hutchinson with a nice dig. They get it up to Call. Soft touch, able to get it over. And that one is too strong and over the back line. Great play by Jenna Call on the outside. And the touch too strong from Ramapo as Rowan regains the lead.
Yeah, I mean, Jenna Call, you don't need to overstate, and you can't really overstate what her awareness is on the court. She knows when to go soft touch. She knows where to put them.
That one too strong there from Call. And they'll tie things back at 17. Call with 3 kills in this match will go to the bench now, 1 away, and now at 999 for her career. Hutchinson is there. They get it over to Smart, and Smart converts. Jessica Smart with a strong kill there for the Profs, and they get the lead now deep into this first set.
That's that energy that Call is able to bring. I mean, I love that we have a shot on her now coming into that huddle, because she just brings so much energy to this team.
Ramapo responds right back. Valentina Palin converts there for her 4th kill of the night. It'll be Jasmine Roll on the service. Albrecht gets it up for Smart. Soft touch, well played by Ramapo. They get it to Palin. And Rowan will now a quick touch there from Albrecht. And Rowan's just got to get it over, and they're unable to do so.
Jack Harverson needs to watch himself. He's getting hit out there, but you know, obviously a great effort on the end for Rowan. They've just got to stay in it here. We're getting down to the witching hour of this set.
Get it back up for Smart, and she delivers. Seems like every time Rowan goes to Jessica Smart, she's able to convert and picks up a pivotal point there, ties it up at 19 here in the first set.
And that's no different than how she's been all year. When you tee up Jessica Smart on this near side, you can just forget about the play. You've won it.
Already has 5 kills here in this one. As they get it up to the outside, they look for Palin. Albrecht with the set, they get it to Smart. Nicely played there by Ramapo. This time it's Bradley, and Ramapo's able to dig it out. Great block though from Bradley, and Rowan takes the lead.
Kiera Bradley just does such a great job. She's pretty much by herself there. Smart had already gone up. Chadwick was too far from the play, and Bradley's just there with so much force.
Albrecht, a short serve, doesn't get over the net. And now an intense set number 1 as we're all tied here at 20. It's Palin on the serve here for Ramapo. One of the many freshmen suiting up for the Roadrunners. Hutchinson digs it out. Smart able to keep it in. And Rowan's not going to be able to get it over the net. Ipecker the last to touch it. And a big point there for Ramapo. Whistles, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout for the Profs, as they're going to want to talk this over.
Yeah, that's just a mishit from Nia Ipecker, and I really like the timeout placement on this one for Dina Jesperson. You can let up 4 points, you got to win 5. You know, you're kind of fighting a little bit against the wall here against Ramapo in this first set, but you know they're able to do it, and only down 1 point. You just got to, this first point I think is so crucial. Ramapo is serving, you got to go side out score, you get it back to even and get the service and try to go 4 in a row. Whoever's going to be at that service, I'm not sure who it's going to be, but you try to just try to go 4 in a row, but they've got to get it first. They've got to score side out here against Ramapo.
Feels like for Rowan, if Jessica Smart is out on the court, they're going to try and look to her or Jenna Call on the outside. Abby Chadwick has also had a great first set offensively for the Profs.
So it'll be Smart and Bradley are out there. Hutchinson's the libero here. Albrecht's out there. Abby Chadwick is actually on the near side this time instead of the far. And then Nia Ipecker is down there anchoring it down with Hutchinson.
Palin on the serve. Ipecker digs it out. They get it up to Bradley, and she converts. Perfectly drawn up there by the Profs as they tie it up at 21.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to get in the mind of a Ramapo player, because when I'm watching this and I know that Albrecht has a clean hand on it and sets it up, you know what's coming, but it's just so hard to stop because of the force that those middle blockers and outside hitters have. Right now it's Bradley, Chadwick, and Call.
Cooper serves it up. We've got whistles and a point awarded to the Profs. A big miscue there from Ramapo late into this set.
And Tyler Quinton wants to know what it is, the Ramapo head coach. but he doesn't disagree. He told 18 to get back over.
There's Cooper on the serve yet again. They set it up outside for a car. Nice block there between Chadwick and Bradley. But unfortunately deflects out of bounds. Now we're all knotted up. Each team 3 points away here, 22-22. Natalia Polkowski on the serve, too strong there. And Rowan will win it back, and now just 2 points away from taking a back and forth set number 1.
It's always nice when you're able to just get those 3 points. Rowan didn't have to move a muscle to get that one.
Kira Bradley on the serve. The last time she was at the service, Rowan went on a run. A car just has to dig it out. Free ball sent over by the Roadrunners. They get it up to Call. That one dug out there. Everybody on their feet. The set to Chadwick, too strong. And Ramapo catches a break. 23-23 now here in set number 1.
Not sure if Chadwick got enough air on her jump to be able to get that angle so that she's looking down at the other side of the court. I think she was more level with the net.
Katie Bishop on the service there for Ramapo. This one set up to Call. Blocked up front. They get it to a car, dug out there by Albrecht. The bump up to Call. Well played in front of the net by Ramapo. That one just touched down and it looked like it was Lacey. But whistles and the point awarded to the Profs.
Wouldn't it be something special if Jenna Call's 1,000th career kill came in a set clincher in this first set that has been oh so close?
Chadwick serves it up and over. There's Ava Best, and Rowan takes a back and forth set 1 to go up 1-0 here in this match against Ramapo.
Well, it's not Jenna Call getting her career 1,000, so we'll have to delay that a little bit. But they'll take anything there. I mean, they trailed for a lot of that first set. They were able to get it back even. They were in crunch time. They didn't have to go to win by 2 land, as you and I like to call it. But Ava Best was able to put that one away, and it's good to get that first set. Obviously, it just allows you to keep moving forward. You know you've got the insurance with that first set win. It's nice going forward in what's going to be a close match, it seems.
A close set number 1. Certainly a lot of back and forth as Rowan is able to take it. They lead 1-0. We'll be back for the second set in just a moment here on Rowan Athletics.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
And one word, if I had to describe Trifecta Therapeutics,
If I had to describe Trifecta in one word, it would be empower. The purpose of Trifecta Therapeutics would be to empower the athletic community.
I just really like the population of having active individuals and people who really want to get back, giving whatever they could to get back, and want to be part of that process.
We want them to feel like this is an environment where they belong and where they're going to get the best possible care.
This is a professional environment. They're all working with their doctor of physical therapy, but I want them to be comfortable and fun.
Not only do we want to rehab you from your injuries, we want to get you to an optimal place as an athlete.
My clients are also they're active, they're hungry, they all want to get back to something.
They're focused and they're dedicated. That's a perfect combination.
You really want to be challenged and get to your goals faster. That's what I would say come here.
Across
Rowan wins a back and forth set number 1. As we are back here on Rowan Athletics, I'm Jake Clark alongside Luke Brown. And it was definitely a back and forth first set that the Profs were able to get the best of the Roadrunners.
Yeah, absolutely. Ramapo showed a really, really tremendous amount of fight in that first set. They led for a long time. The first lead for the Rowan Profs was 15-14, and they're able to hang in there from 15-15. They go on. So many tied scores from that point on. Rowan's able to finally do it late in that first set. But, you got to love the fight that you saw at Ramapo. Abby Chadwick, certainly a standout player for the Profs, as you just saw her put a ball away there. Number 7 for Rowan. She's got 4 kills, only 1 error on 7 total attempts. She's also got an ace at the service and a dig as well. So Chadwick has kind of been the do-it-all player right now, and I'm interested to see, if this second set is going to be close. Is Rowan able to just kind of work off the momentum they have? Is Ramapo going to look like, an even better squad than we just saw in the first set? But obviously we're looking at Jenna Call as well. It's interesting to see how long we're going to have to wait into this second set. Her first kill from this point on will be her career 1,000th, and we'll have a celebration on the floor. It's going to be fun.
Call at 999 kills in her career. This could be 1,000. A little bit too strong, as Ramapo's awarded the point. They'll get off to the scoring first here. It's 1-0.
And it was funny to watch because there was a couple plays down the stretch of that first set that she might have gotten it, and everybody's on their feet and sit right back down.
They set it up for Call. That one, an odd touch off her hand, to say the least. Looked like she was going to try and spike it straight down, went off to the right, and Ramapo now with a 2-0 lead. The serve in there from Bishop. The bump up to Call. Well played by Ramapo. They send that one over. It was a car. They get that one up for Best. Well played there in front of the net. Call with a soft touch. They get it right back to her. This one bounced around, and there it is. Kill number 1,000 for the career of Jenna Call. A huge career milestone, and the balloons come out in celebration. The crowd is on their feet, and the smile is on the face of Jenna Call. What a moment.
She's just been such an impact player for this team. She's got to serve the ball now, and that's pretty tough. But she's just made such an impact on this program.
Certainly a terrific player. This one deflected. Rowan gets the point. Knots up set number 2 at 2-2. But what a milestone there for the senior from Metuchen, New Jersey. A lot of emotions now. But certainly, one could say a sigh of relief for her, as it's not something she has to
Big sigh of
about.
relief, yes. It's been all season that, this was going to happen. And it's just hard not to think about it. It's quite the milestone.
Call serves this one up. Dug out there by a car. Garcia sent it over for Ramapo. They get it up to Best. Nice block in front. Whistles. And Ramapo's awarded the point. Looks like a double touch committed by the Profs. But great play in front. See the smiles now for Jenna Call as she comes out here for Rowan.
She hugs her coaching staff, starting with Tina Jesperson. I had the opportunity to write about the relationship that they've had together, and it's one heck of a story. When Jesperson won her first NJAC title in this gym 4 years ago, Jenna Call was a senior in high school, sitting in the stands right below us, Jake, and they've experienced and went through a lot together. And this is Jenna's last ride, and there's a lot of work to be done.
Certainly a whole lot to be done, as an ace served up there by Vanessa Hutchinson and the Profs. Just out of the reach of the libero and Emma Garcia. Hutchinson back on the serve. That one deflects off of Garcia. Looked like she was trying to get out of the way. You don't see that very often.
And I think it could have been in bounds, just right on that line, had Garcia gotten out of the way.
This one's set up there for Roll, and Roll is able to convert and get the serve back for Ramapo.
So much different set for Rowan in terms of start. They got a couple points at the start in the first, but as we said at the beginning of this set, they didn't lead till 15-14. Obviously, that's not the case here.
This one's set up for Smart. A little bit too strong and over that back line. But now with call out, seems as though they're going to look to the NJAC Offensive Player of the Week. Jessica Smart was awarded that back on September 29th. They get it to Bradley. Ramapo looking to respond. It's Roll. Albrecht with the set. They get it to Smart. Well played by that front line there for Ramapo. Palin. They get it now back to Smart. Blocked up front. Well played there by Ramapo. It was Roll and Rostevska there on the block right in front of the net.
Yeah, that's a really, really tremendous block. And I think it was more Rostevska on the block than Roll. And that's just a really, really great position and a great deflection.
This one by Smart. Mistouched by Ramapo. They've just got to get it over, and they do. Cordry digs it out. They set it up. Bradley, soft touch. And now Rowan will reset. Albrecht up to Bradley, and she records another kill, and Rowan takes the lead now in set number 2, 7-6.
Yeah, Bradley has had a really, really good game. And you come into this game, she didn't play on Tuesday, unavailable for that. It's been, kind of a grind to start the season here. Rowan players that have just played so much volleyball up to this point. And Bradley was just kind of the ones that was fatigued from that.
And the set up for Roll, and that one much too strong there for Ramapo on the outside. It'll be Raven Albrecht. Leads the team in assists with 429 entering this match. They get it up for Roll, and this time she converts, keeps it inside the lines, and brings Ramapo back to within just one.
Yeah, Roll is the tallest player for Ramapo. She's 6 feet tall, which is an inch taller than Scarlett Mielek, who comes in second in that category. So she can certainly be a threat on that front line.
Bradley converts on the set there. Rowan now extends their lead by 2. And they're going to make a sub. Jenna Call coming back in.
It's these middle hitters and outside blockers that are making so much difference all season for Rowan. And Gabriella Cooper, too. She's the best server that Rowan has, and here she is.
So Cooper serves it up and into play. Missed touch there by Ramapo. And Rowan awarded yet another point, extending the lead to 3 here in this second set. Just getting over the net was the serve from Cooper. They set it up, well played up front by Rowan, but it's deflected up and out of bounds, so Ramapo will get the point in the serve. This one sent in by Palin. Albrecht up to call. A little bit too strong. And Ramapo now back within 1. Feels like a much slower second set. Still good back and forth, though.
Yeah, we talked about that first set kind of feeling like a race. This is a little bit more like a crawl, and Ramapo's crawling right back up.
They get it up for Chadwick, and she converts. Abby Chadwick, who had a tremendous first set, looking to carry that momentum now here into this second one, and does so with a kill.
Yeah, this might be Chadwick's best game of the season in terms of at least at home. I don't know what the statistics necessarily look like in terms of her away games, but this is the best game I've seen her play this season.
Bradley on the serve for Rowan. This one's set up by Bishop. They get it to a car. Well played there on the dig by Cooper. This one up for Chadwick, and she's stuffed up around the net. Well played by the Ramapo front line.
I think that was a little bit of tough positioning for Chadwick there, and obviously it was kind of a tough set that Raven Albrecht was put in, and she has a word with Jesperson in between points here. But yeah, just kind of didn't have as much options to go strong. She kind of had to go soft touch there.
Polkowski on the serve and serves up an ace. Mistouched by Vanessa Hutchinson. Now all tied at 11 here in set number 2. Rowan winning the first set 25-23. If you're just joining us here on Rowan Athletics, I'm Jake Clark alongside Luke Brown. Hutchinson able to dig this one out cleanly. They get it up to Chadwick. That one stays inside the lines. Abby Chadwick having a tremendous performance here tonight for the Rowan Profs.
It just seems to be, every other point they're going to Chadwick and she's doing something really well.
It'll now be Chadwick on the serve. This one dug out there by Garcia. They get it up to Lacey. Hutchinson with a nice dig. Call sends it over. Whistles. And Rowan is awarded the point. So the Profs extend their lead to 2 now. It'll be Chadwick to serve yet again, leading the Profs in kills here tonight with 6. This one's set up for a car. Well played up front. Albrecht gets it over to Call. Too strong. Rowan was looking for a deflection. They won't get it, and now it'll be Bishop on the serve here for Ramapo. Bishop gets set, sends this one into play. Cordray trying to dig it out, up for Call. She just punches that one up over the net. They get it to the outside, it's Roll. She's not able to get it over the net.
Well, Albrecht saved that play from the very get-go because Cordray kind of mistouched it. It was going to fly into the net, and then they were able to get a really, really nice deflection up, and then Call was able to put it back over and get the point for Rowan eventually.
Could say Rowan made something from nothing on that last possession. Now they've got just nothing here as the serve from Call goes into the net. She'll sub out. Ipecker will check back in. And on the serve, the very dangerous Asia Carr here for Ramapo. Dug out by Ipecker. They tried to get it there to the outside. Rowan somehow able to get it over the net after players collided. They get it up to Roll. Dug out there from Cordray. Up for Smart, and she converts on the outside. Jessica Smart with another one.
What I've really liked about what Rowan has been able to do today is when there's balls that are kind of bouncing in between them and it's kind of chaotic, they've been able to stay alive on those. And Ramapo, frankly, has not. And then Smart, obviously, her power. We've said it a million times. She's going to put them away every time.
Seems like that could be the difference in this match. Bradley with a soft touch over the net. Bishop sets it up. They get it to the outside for Palin. A very nice dig there from Ipecker. Hutchinson sent over a free ball. Ramapo will send back a free ball of their own. Set is up. Smart is there. Too strong and over the line. Ramapo catches a break. But they award the point to the Profs. Would have to assume off of the deflection.
Yeah. Timeout. Here's where you can start a run if you're Rowan. It's been back and forth, kind of all set here. You get some momentum. Obviously, the whole milestone for Jenna Call is out of the way, and now they're going to announce it down there because we haven't had a stoppage of play since that. So here is the recognition for Jenna Call and 1,000 points.
All smiles for number 15 for the Rowan Profs. A whole lot of supporters here tonight for her, and a huge career milestone for Jenna Call and the Rowan Profs. But now feels like as a unit they've got bigger fish to fry. A very important second set. Rowan leading by 3 now. As Rowan now, we're going to take a look at the previous play They got it up for Smart.
They said deflection. It looked like it got to the right of Ramapo's initial blocker. It might have been the dive at the very end that had hit off of somebody before going out of bounds. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was something else. I thought it was deflection. We'll see.
You would have to assume that with the way the call was changed, it would be because someone deflected it. The 4 officials here tonight certainly have a better vantage point than we do here in the broadcast booth. I certainly don't want to challenge their judgment, but that one just sneaks over the net there. A service ace for Vanessa Hutchinson. And Rowan extends their lead here in set number 2 to 4.
That's what you call a let in tennis, but in volleyball, it's very different.
Hutchinson serves it up. The dig there from Garcia. They get it to Palin. And the set from Albrecht. They get it to the outside, and there's Jessica Smart yet again. 8 kills now tonight for number 11 for the Rowan Profs. And she makes it a 5-point advantage here for Rowan.
She's just too much to handle for Ramapo, and you can tell. I mean, they tried to get a dig on that. It's just so hard.
They get it up for Roll. Nice played in front by Smart and Bradley. Soft touch, and Rowan's not able to respond. Good effort from Hutton Cordry on the attempt, but Ramapo wins it back.
Yeah, really good effort by Cordry to try to get to that. But those are just some of the points that you just have to give away.
There's a soft touch there for Asia Carr, the standout freshman here for Ramapo. Cordry on the bump. They get it up to Bradley. Well played. They back to Bradley. Missed touch there by Roll. And Rowan wins the serve back. Now 19-14 here for the Profs in set number 2.
Yeah, Roll really wasn't able to handle that. And she was a little frustrated after the play, but she's regaining her kind of focus and confidence here for Ramapo.
It's Raven Albrecht on the serve for the Profs. This one's set up to the outside. It's Palin who converts right around the net. Valentina Palin, one of the other standout freshmen for this Ramapo Roadrunner squad, entered tonight with 124 kills on the season. As that one is mishandled by the Profs, and Ramapo now comes to within 3 with Jasmine Roll on the serve. Looked like it was Abby Chadwick who wasn't able to get a good touch on it. Roll with the serve yet again. Much better touch there from Chadwick. They set it up for Smart. Well played by Ramapo. Ramapo with an opportunity of their own. There was Palin blocked at the net. There's Smart, soft touch. And there's 20 now for the Profs in set number 2. Jessica Smart has been on fire now, 9 kills tonight.
She's pretty fired up about how she's played tonight. You could tell with her reaction to that play. But her awareness has just been really, really on point tonight. She could have easily just driven one home here, and you could tell she likes to drive them. But that was a smart play. I mean, get the point.
Cooper on the serve. Well played defensively there by Ramapo. They'll just have to send over a free ball. Rowan with a good opportunity. They get it up for Bradley. Ramapo looks to respond. Another free ball sent over by the Profs. Albrecht the set. Chadwick is there, the soft touch. Well played by Ramapo. Palin is there. Hutchinson on the dig. And Rowan not able to win it back. Excellent play there from Ramapo.
And Abby Chadwick laying out on that near sideline, but just not able to get enough of a hand on it to send it back into Rowan territory. So see how quickly Rowan can get a side-out score and get the serve back.
It was Palin on the serve. They set it up there for Call, and she comes through. Jenna Call now over 1,000 and adds 1 more to her career total and brings the Profs a 4-point lead and 4 points away from taking set number 2.
Yeah, that one just escapes through the two, or the middle blocker and the outside hitter. Just kind of went between both of their inside hands.
Call. Attempted kill was played well. This one just sent over by a car. Rowan with a good opportunity. They get it back to call. Too strong. Heads over the back line. As Ramapo comes now within 3.
Call might have been looking for a deflection there instead of, a normal kill.
We saw the first set end with these two teams just 2 points away from one another. Polkowski on the service here for Ramapo. Hutchinson digs it out. The bump up for Chadwick, and it's blocked up front. Lacey in on the block along with Asia Carr. Now we've got a timeout. Dina Jesperson and the Profs want to talk things over as Ramapo has come within 2. Jesperson been here with the Profs for quite some time now, in her 12th season as the Rowan Volleyball head coach. Has some success, won back-to-back New Jersey Athletic Conference championships in 2021 and 2022. In 2021 was also named the AVCA Region 4 Coach of the Year and has led the Profs now to a 10-4 record here in the 2025 season.
Yeah, those back-to-back NJAC titles, man. Rowan is really, really looking to put another one on the board this year. None of these players on the current roster were here, Vanessa Hutchinson and Jenna Call, their freshman year, they were here for that NJAC title. But as we talked about earlier, this is a really young team that's looking to make a difference this season. They really, really want that NJAC title. And this is a really, really good measure of, where they are right now in this season. Rowan knows that they've played pretty well, and obviously the numbers speak for themselves. But you're going against a 10-win team against Ramapo here, a team that is in the NJAC. They're going to see Ramapo's name, whether they play them again or not. They're going to be paying attention to Ramapo's season all year. This is a really, really influential win for, whoever is able to grab it tonight.
Hutchinson there, the first one to touch it. They get it up for Chadwick. This one skied over, bounces off the roof, and the low-hanging ceiling helps the Profs out as they're within 3 now of taking a pivotal set number 2.
Chadwick has had some really, really powerful kill attempts tonight and some really powerful kills. That might have been her strongest one.
She now has the serve. Bishop sends it over. Chadwick digs it out. Call with a soft touch. And Ramapo looks to reset. They'll get it up for a Carr, blocked up front there by Best. And Rowan is awarded the point. Just drops outside the line. And the Profs 2 points away.
Good job communicating by Best to make sure everybody knew that ball was going out of bounds off Ramapo's touch.
Chadwick there on the serve. It was Garcia who got the first touch. Best with a block up near the net. Cooper is there on the bump. Albrecht to Best, and Best comes through.
There's something about Ava Best in these late sets. I mean, she was the clincher in that first set to be able to put the the 25th point on the board. Now she puts the 24th point on the board, and Ramapo calls a wise timeout as they are backs against the wall here at 24-19.
Yeah, Ramapo can only concede 1 more point. And it's Tyler Quinta who calls the timeout. An interesting note on Quinta. He's the head coach of not only the women's volleyball team, but the men's volleyball team as well at Ramapo. The first one to do that in Ramapo school history. He took over the women's team in August of 2024. 2023 was the last time Ramapo won the NJAC. Quinta, a former player at Sacred Heart University. He played there from 2020 to 2023 and is the 17th women's volleyball head coach in Ramapo's history.
Yeah, he certainly knows volleyball as a men's player himself. Taking over both programs is no easy task. Reminds me of Joe Crispin and Rowan men's and women's basketball back in the day. Now at Penn State.
That one was set up there for Lacey. Call with the bump, and a free ball just sent over by the Profs, and Ramapo can't handle it, and so Rowan will win the set. A miscommunication by the Roadrunners, and Rowan takes the lead now 2-0.
Yes, certainly not the way that we expected Rowan to win the second set. As you take a second look at this play, I mean, that's just Raven Albrecht playing it safe to stay alive in the point, and it just gets right through. I mean, that is, again, not the way that Rowan expected to win the second set, but here we are. So for the rest of this match, it's going to be backs against the wall for Ramapo, as Rowan just needs 25 points here in this third set to get the job done, Jake.
We'll have to see if the Profs can sweep in 3 sets or if Ramapo will force a set number 4. We'll be back for the third set here tonight on Rowan Athletics in just a moment.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
And one word, if I had to describe Trifecta Therapeutics,
If I had to describe Trifecta in one word, it would be empower. The purpose of Trifecta Therapeutics would be to empower the athletic community.
I just really like the population of having active individuals and people who really want to get back, giving whatever they could to get back, and want to be part of that process.
We want them to feel like this is an environment where they belong and where they're going to get the best possible care.
This is a professional environment. They're all working with their doctor of physical therapy, but I want them to be comfortable and fun.
Not only do we want to rehab you from your injuries, we want to get you to an optimal place as an athlete.
My clients are also they're active, they're hungry, they all want to get back to something.
They're focused and they're dedicated. That's a perfect combination.
You really want to be challenged and get to your goals faster. That's why I would say come here.
Rowan with a 2-set advantage here over the Ramapo Roadrunners, as we are just about set for set number 3 here at SB Gymnasium. I'm Jake Clark alongside Luke Brown, and a major career milestone there for Jenna Call as she was able to record her 1,000th kill in that second set.
Yes, she absolutely was, and there's certainly nobody better to have that honor than Jenna Call. The way that she's played across 4 years, the impact that she's made, how nice and, genuine of a person she is, that has just, so humble on the impact that she's made here. It's absolutely deserves every bit of whatever celebration is in order for her and that milestone, and the balloons they brought to congratulate her, and the amount of people that were able to be here and celebrate her and her career. Absolutely. And Rowan played well aside from her. I mean, she played well, but Rowan's got a lot of players that were connecting on all cylinders there. Ava Best played really well. Jessica Smart was there. Kiera Bradley's played well. But the person I think that stands out probably the most in this game is that person you're looking at right now, Abby Chadwick.
Chadwick has certainly been red hot here tonight for the Profs, as there's a missed touch from Ramapo, and it will allow for the Profs to get the first point of the third set here tonight. Chadwick on the serve has 7 kills for Rowan. Her season high this year, 13. That one too strong off the left hand of a car. But Chadwick, the season high 13 kills on the road at Muhlenberg back on September 9th. Looking to have a good third set and maybe eclipse that. They go back to a car, and yet again, too strong from the freshman, goes over the back line, and the Profs starting off right where they left off here, 3-0 in set number 3.
That was a really good Muhlenberg game, a 3-0 sweep that you talk about. It was really during a real hot stretch of the season, and Rowan wants to get a hot stretch of the season going right here. If they could win this tonight, that will be 3 straight wins against Stockton, against Immaculata, and this would make 3 in a row.
That one up for Polkowski. Rowan gets it up for Call, blocked up at the net. Albrecht gets it to Best, and she converts. Ava Best doing a great job in the middle tonight for the Rowan Profs.
Yeah, she absolutely is. And she's, you know, just as good as Jessica Smart is and Kira Bradley. Like, when you tee them up, when Ava Best is teed up, like, you know it's over with. And Best is one of the taller players on the team. She's listed at 5'10". She might be 5'11". She really is able to have a good angle, or she's either 5'11" or she's got a long wingspan, because she's really able to perhaps have the best angle on the team in terms of kills. I mean, she drives it down. Her and Kira Bradley.
So Ramapo taking a timeout. Tyler Quinta wants to try and rally the troops after a tough start to this third set. Rowan winning set one, 25-23. It was back and forth, and it was quick. Set number two felt like the pace of play slowed down a little bit, but Rowan still coming out on top, 25-19. And they're off to a red-hot start, picking up where they left off. Chadwick still set for the service as Rowan leads 4-0 here in this third set.
Yeah, that's the first early timeout that Quinta has called. Most of his timeouts come, you know, when there's at least double-digit points on the board for both teams.
Blocked up front by Best and Call. Best was able to get a hand on it yet again. They'll set it up to the outside for Call. And Jenna Call with another kill here tonight. That's her 8th here this evening.
Couldn't ask for a better start in this third set. And I don't want to, you know, knock on wood if you're watching at home, but the third set is when Rowan lost to Immaculata. They didn't look great in that set. They were able to respond pretty nicely.
Well, the Profs certainly look great here in this third set. 6 consecutive points with Chadwick at the service. Looking to go from 6 to now 7. This one dug out. They get it to the outside. Rowan looking to respond. This one sent up. Free ball sent over by Call just to keep the possession alive. To the outside, and that one drops in. Well played there from Topale.
Yeah, I think Best was certainly anticipating, you know, a pretty strong kill attempt there. Good awareness by Topale on the soft touch.
Albrecht just bumps it up. Rowan's got to get it over, and they do. The second possession in a row. Is this one a soft touch? Well played in front. And just like that, back-to-back soft touches have the Profs fooled, and 2 points awarded to Ramapo fresh out of the timeout.
Yeah, miscommunication there on the play beforehand where somebody had to get it up, and it was Jenna Call that stepped up, but obviously just a little bit too much for Vanessa Hutchinson to get to.
Not too much there for Jenna Call, as it's now 7-2. The Profs lead by 5. Gabriella Cooper will come out. Looks like Jessica Smart, the reigning NJAC Offensive Player of the Week, will come back in. Call on the service. A strong serve there. And it's sent over by Topale. Heads over to the bench. Rowan's able to keep it alive as Smart gets it up and over. Great play there by the Profs just to keep the point alive. This one's set up. They get it over to Smart, and she comes through yet again. Great defense leads to great offense, and Jessica Smart the one to finish it all off.
Dina Jesperson comes over to Abby Chadwick, who made that deep run into the bench with a huge smile on both of their faces, and well deserved.
The serve from Call is set up, but you're looking there. Smart was able to finish it off. Great all-around play from the Profs, and there's Chadwick on a kill. Have a night, Abby Chadwick. 8 kills on the night for number 7 in white.
She's just been do it all. She has filled up the stat sheet with all sorts of different things.
A low line drive serve there from Jenna Call. Gives the serve back to Ramapo. Call will come out. Ipecker in now for the Profs. But Chadwick, 8 kills here tonight. 3 digs along with 2 aces at the service. That one just getting over. She digs that one out. It was Chadwick. Ramapo looking to reset. To get it up, and well played up front by the Profs. Looks like it was Smart and Best.
Ava Best is able, she can play with anybody in terms of these blocks. I mean, Jessica Smart is not, by nature a blocker, and Ava Best is just able to bring it out of them.
A soft touch there on the outside. Well played by Scarlett Mielik. Seeing some of her first possessions of action here tonight, and comes through.
And Rowan has struggled a little bit with these soft touches tonight.
Polkowski on the serve for Ramapo. Ipecker caught it a little bit too low and was mistouched. Rowan unable to do anything with it. An ace there, the second of the night for Polkowski.
Well, Nia Ipecker has had a couple of mishits. I don't want to nitpick. They're playing very well.
Ipecker gets a better touch there. Up for Smart, blocked right around the net. Rowan able to save it, and Bradley's free ball goes right into the net, and Ramapo now has some life. They were down 6-0 at one point. Now have brought it back to within 4. Here in a very important third set where the Roadrunners, Luke, they've got their backs against the wall.
Just need to get a little bit of momentum here.
Another error there from Ipecker, and a service ace for Polkowski. And now a timeout for the Profs as Ramapo has come within 3.
Yeah, and I saw Ipecker after that play. She got another mishit. It's her second of the set, maybe third or fourth tonight, and you could see it in her body language. Just like, all right, I'm done with this. Like, I'm going to flush it. It's over. Jesperson obviously calls the timeout, so they're going to talk this one over a little bit because, as you said, Jake, it's a Ramapo team that has gained a little bit of steam here in this third set. Rowan wants to minimize that. They don't want to let Ramapo tie this set up. That's the last thing they want to do. They want to stay ahead in this pack. We've seen Rowan climb back from deficits, especially in that first set. They didn't lead for much of the first set at all and were able to come back and win it. They don't want to be setting the example for Ramapo to do that. They want to just lead. They'd keep that lead up and preferably more than 3 points.
They certainly do. Ramapo controlled that first set. Rowan was the team that came from behind. For the Profs, they don't want to be on the other side of that, having a big lead to start and letting the Roadrunners claw their way back, but that's exactly what's happening right now as Ramapo is within 3. 2 very close sets for set 1 and 2. Rowan winning both 25-23 and 25-19 respectively. As they get it up for Bradley, it was off the set of Albrecht. This time, Mielik had it for a moment. They get it up out to Smart, and she comes through yet again. Now kill number 11 for the Profs. Jessica Smart having a great night and records point number 11 of this third set.
And you saw who received the serve and had a really good dig was Nia Ipecker. She's able to kind of just turn that corner in her mind and flush the miscues before.
They get it up for Roll, and a missed touch right around the net there for Jasmine Roll. So it'll be Raven Albrecht on the serve here for the Profs, leading by 5 in set number 3. They get it now back up for Roll. Ipecker was able to dig it out. Free ball sent over by Hutchinson. Good opportunity now for Ramapo, but a nice block around the net. Looked like it was Bradley and Chadwick in as the tandem on the block.
Yeah, that was a really, really strong appearance there at the front of the net. Ipecker with another good dig, and she's been playing well after the timeout. Rowan on a 3-0 run.
Albrecht on the serve once again. Nice block by Smart and Bradley. But Ramapo looks to set it back up. It's Palin with the soft touch. Valentina Palin, somebody whose name we didn't call a whole lot in that second set, but had a great first set for Ramapo.
And I think the first set, Ramapo really didn't utilize much of the soft touch at all. If I was a betting man, I would say that Tyler Quinta kind of put that in there for them. Like, hey, let's go more soft touches because Rowan isn't necessarily expecting that after the first set.
Missed touch there by the Profs, a little bit too close to that net. Ramapo within 4.
I really thought that was going to be on Ramapo. I thought that they went over the net.
Albrecht with the set. It's Chadwick yet again. Abby Chadwick now 9 kills tonight. But they award the point to Ramapo. So she'll have to stay at 8. We're going to take another look.
Oh, hit the stick, which is out.
It's a good catch, Luke. I certainly didn't see it.
I got to figure out what that thing's called officially.
Nevertheless, there's Chadwick, so now she can chalk up kill number 9. 14-10 in favor of the Profs. And again, these are two teams that come in with 10 wins. Ramapo 10-3, Rowan 10-4. Both teams on win streaks, and one is going to have to give. Ramapo's real struggle has been on the road this season, 1-3 away from home. That one dug out by Cooper, but goes flying towards the benches, and Ramapo brings it to within 3.
It's certainly a good effort by Cooper, but that's a lot of heat that she was trying to deal with there. You never know what direction that volleyball is going to go.
That was Palin on the kill, now has the serve. Palin leading Ramapo in kills tonight with 9. They set it up to roll. Hutchinson with a great dig. Albrecht the set. Chadwick was stuffed, but it's deflected out of bounds. And Rowan will retain the serve after Chadwick has played lights out here tonight.
A great effort by Hutchinson on that play as well. She had 2 touches of the ball. One of them, she almost had a double touch. But great effort by her.
Bradley on the serve. Here for Rowan, they get it up and outside to a car, and there's Chadwick on the block.
Man, this has been impressive, and now she leads the game in points. She did coming into that point with 12. She got 13 now, and co-leads in kills with Smart.
They get it up for Roll, too short. Jasmine Roll a little frustrated after the missed touch, and Rowan now with their biggest lead since the start of this set, where they went on a 6-0 run. They now lead by 6 here, 17-11. This one up for a car and just leaves that one too short. Asia Carr left it a little short, and now a timeout for Ramapo, as they've really got their backs against the wall here. Down big, deep into this third set.
I really like the timeout placement by Tyler Quinta there, because this is, you know, we're getting into the stage of this match now where you can start to feel it for Rowan. You know, they are not far away from sweeping Ramapo, who is 10-3 on the season thus far. We talked about in our open how they've struggled on the road, and a 1-3 record on the road. But, you know, you come into this match, and we talked before this match, quite frankly, I said, you know, not guaranteed, but prepare yourself to see 5 sets in this match. I mean, this is going to be back and forth. And to the credit, all of the sets have been close, but you got to win them. You know, you have to come out with set wins if you're Ramapo, and they just haven't been able to do that thus far. That first set was really, really crucial because they led for the vast majority of it, and then Rowan was able to pull it out. You know, that first set, if that goes Ramapo's way, it changes the entire trajectory of this game. And here we are. Rowan was able to pull it out. They played really well in the second set. And this, you know, pound for pound has probably been their best set right here in the third. And they're really eyeing down a chance to sweep Ramapo to go to 2-0 in conference record.
Would be huge. The Roadrunners, a great team in their own respect, but the Profs leading here 2-0. A free ball sent over by Roll. They'll set it up for call, and it'll be awarded a point to the Profs. Believe on the deflection, hit the net. So Call records yet another kill. Here tonight has now double digits with 10.
These things are called an antenna, Jake. An antenna on the net.
So that one was deflected off the antenna. This one doesn't even get close to it.
Did you know it was called an antenna?
I did not. They tell you learn something new every day, and I appreciate you educating me.
That's why we get good connection on the stream. We got antennas in the gym. It's all the same.
That one too strong, and it goes over the back line. Rowan now leading by 10 here in this third set with Bradley at the service. So it'll be Bradley to serve yet again. That one misplayed by Ramapo. Impressive they were able to keep it up for that long, but Rowan now really starting to run away with this third set and ultimately starting to run away with this match.
Bradley's been pretty good on her services tonight. She was the first server of the game.
They get it up for a car, and Rowan is there yet again. Looked like it was Best and Chadwick, the tandem in on the block on the outside.
Best will turn anybody on the floor into a blocker. They just go up together and they block them.
That one, a fake set there. Nice play from Katie Bishop.
That was
the senior from Germany.
Yeah, we talked about that before the game. I mean, she's been one of the better players in this program for the last couple of years, and that's a really nifty play there. I mean, that was one of the smoother fake sets, misdirections that I've seen.
Certainly was. Bishop leading Ramapo in assists coming into this match. Best is there and converts right up the middle. A lot of power from Ava Best, and the Profs now 1 point away from the sweep.
That's what we talked about earlier, that angle that Ava Best has. She's able to just kind of go straight down instead of looking for a deflection or something like that.
Chadwick on the serve. Ramapo sets it up. They get it to a car. Hutchinson able to save it. Call will send it over to keep the possession alive. They go back, a free ball of their own sent over by Ramapo. Up to Call. That one dug out. And a good back and forth now between both of these teams. They get it up for a car. Chadwick is there. Now up for Call. And Call, it's just a little bit too strong. The point awarded to Ramapo, and the Roadrunners managed to stay alive for just one more possession here.
Yeah, and Rowan's trying to make a substitution. They got caught up in something, yeah. So Cordry will come in, and Abby Chadwick, we hope, is out for her day is done, assuming that Rowan's able to get a point before it comes back up to her to get in.
So that'll do it. Jenna Call ices it there for the Profs as they beat Ramapo 3-0, sweeping an in-conference opponent. What a match here tonight for Rowan.
And who better to close it off than Jenna Call, who was a milestone night for her. Obviously eclipsing 1,000 career kills is one unbelievable, tremendous accomplishment. Really, really love the effort out of Abby Chadwick tonight, though, Jake.
Yeah, it certainly was great for Chadwick. 10 kills on the night for number 7 in white for the Rowan Profs. Had 6 digs, 2 assisted blocks, 2 service aces. But the big story of the night, Jenna Call eclipsing 1,000 career kills for the Rowan Profs. And Rowan improves their record at home to 4-0, now 11-4 on the season. And they'll be looking to try and continue that. They have a tri-match against DeSales and Brooklyn this Saturday.
Yeah, and Jake, I'm really looking forward to seeing, well, first of all, how Rowan plays a team like NJCU, but we got to wait a while until that. But how Ramapo continues to compete, because Ramapo came in this game and we're thinking, all right, 5 sets, this could be really, really close. Aside from the third set, the first and the second set were close. Ramapo is by absolutely no stretch of the imagination a bad team. They have competed thus far in the season, but I'm just surprised that Rowan's able to walk in here and grab 3 straight sets and a win tonight the way that they did. Obviously very impressed and very happy with the effort, though.
The good news for Ramapo, their next match will be one that is also in conference. They'll host the Rutgers Newark Scarlet Raiders in their next NJAC matchup to try and move to 3-1. Right now, their first loss in conference play tonight against the Profs. And what a night it was for Abby Chadwick, number 7 for the Rowan Profs. Again, 10 kills on 18 total attempts, 2 assisted blocks, 6 digs, 2 service aces. It was certainly a great night for her, one of her better nights of the season. Jenna Call and Jessica Smart led the Profs with 11 kills each. But a great overall team win for Rowan, and really impressive the way that they were able to run away with that third set. Set number 1 was close. It was 25-23 in favor of Rowan. Set number 2, they won it 25-19, and they really ran away with the third set, 25-13. But now we're going to take a look at our player of the game, number 7, Abby Chadwick. She was tremendous here tonight.
She was doing it all for the Rowan Profs tonight. 10 kills for her on 18 total attempts, 2 aces when she was at the service. She had 6 digs. She was really, really special. She led the game entirely in points at 13. Jessica Smart and Jenna Call both added an 11.5, but absolutely loved the effort that you saw out of Abby Chadwick. We talked about it towards the middle of the match that this was probably the best that she's played all year in terms of at home, but entirely, the entire season so far, this is her best night.
So now the team gets together, celebrating Jenna Call, number 15 for the Rowan Profs, eclipses 1,000 career kills. A special moment for her and head coach Dina Jesperson and the entire Rowan women's volleyball program. But Rowan with a huge win tonight against Ramapo, 3-0. As that'll do it for us here on Rowan Athletics. I'm Jay Clark, was joined by Luke Brown, and Rowan Volleyball will be back in action on Saturday against DeSales and Brooklyn. They win tonight here 3-0 against Ramapo. And we hope you have a great rest of your night. Thanks for joining us on Rowan Athletics.